This research paper delves into the regulatory hurdles posed by the adaptive nature of AI medical devices. It scrutinizes the frequency and nature of updates in FDA-approved AI medical devices, revealing that less than 2% of devices report updates through retraining on new data, while nearly a quarter report updates in the form of new functionality and marketing claims. The authors also present a case study on pneumothorax detection models, demonstrating that while model performance can degrade significantly when evaluated on new sites, retraining on site-specific data can mitigate this drop. This analysis provides insights for future regulatory policies toward model updating and adaptive AI, emphasizing the need for a more flexible regulatory framework that can anticipate algorithmic changes and biases. In the realm of artificial intelligence adaptation, regulation poses a significant challenge, particularly when it comes to model updating. The FDA has taken a firm stance on this matter, advocating for a controlled approach to ensure patient safety. This is crucial as fixed AI models can experience performance degradation due to distribution shifts, leading to potential risks in real-world applications. The FDA's guidelines emphasize the importance of pre-market approval for AI models before they are deployed in clinical settings. However, these models are not static entities. They require continuous updates to maintain their efficacy and adapt to new data. This raises questions about how often these models should be reapproved and what changes would necessitate reevaluation. Recent FDA guidelines and best practices documents have attempted to address these issues. They propose a risk-based approach, where the level of regulatory oversight is determined by the intended use and potential impact of the AI model. This means that models used in high-risk applications, such as life-supporting devices, would be subject to stricter regulations than those used in lower-risk settings. Furthermore, the FDA recommends that developers implement robust testing protocols to ensure that their models perform consistently across different patient populations and data distributions. This includes conducting regular software validations and maintaining detailed documentation of model updates and their rationale. In conclusion, regulating AI adaptation is a complex task that requires striking a balance between innovation and patient safety. The FDA's efforts to provide clear guidelines and best practices are essential for ensuring that AI models are safe and effective in real-world clinical settings. The regulation of AI adaptation in medical devices is a critical concern, as model updating is essential for ensuring the safety and efficacy of these devices. Despite this, there is a lack of systematic analysis on updating across all AI medical devices approved by the FDA. To address this gap, this study aims to organize and group FDA-approved AI medical devices by their updates, exploring the frequency and nature of model updates in the context of regulatory, economic, and technological factors. To achieve this, the study collected FDA approval documents for AI medical devices from the FDA's online database, providing a comprehensive dataset for analysis. A case study on AI models designed to predict pneumothorax was also conducted, evaluating whether model updates consistently yield improved performance when retrained on target populations. The study's methodology involves a systematic review of FDA approval documents, which provides insights into the regulatory landscape of AI medical devices. The analysis of model updates is grounded in a nuanced understanding of the interplay between regulatory, economic, and technological factors, highlighting the complex challenges involved in ensuring the safe and effective deployment of AI in medical devices. The findings of this study have significant implications for the development and regulation of AI medical devices, highlighting the need for more systematic and transparent approaches to model updating. By shedding light on the frequency and nature of model updates, this study aims to inform policymakers, manufacturers, and clinicians on the importance of prioritizing model updating in the development and deployment of AI medical devices. The FDA's 510(k) clearance process is a complex framework for regulating AI adaptation in medical devices. This process determines whether a new device is substantially equivalent to an existing one, with each approved device classified using a product code indicating function and safety profile. For AI devices, the product code QFM refers to radiological computer-assisted prioritization software for lesions, encompassing common triage-based AI detection software. An FDA approval is considered a device update if the predicate and subject devices share the same manufacturer, product classification code, and are both AI devices. A dataset curation process was conducted, starting with the FDA's list of 521 AI/ML medical device approvals. Additional approvals from a specific time frame were added, resulting in a final dataset of 416 unique devices across 567 total FDA approvals. The curation steps and sample sizes are outlined in a figure, with the types of updates between predicate and subject devices determined. A case study on pneumothorax detection models for chest X-rays was conducted to quantify potential performance gains currently uncaptured due to site-specific retraining restrictions under FDA 510(k) guidelines. The study employed 3 datasets from different U.S. hospital sites, featuring diverse patient populations, imaging manufacturers, and pathology reporting standards. A dense net 1-to-1 deep learning architecture was used to understand how AI performance varies across sites and to assess the benefits of site-specific retraining. This study aims to provide insights into the limitations of current FDA guidelines and the potential advantages of adapting AI models to specific clinical environments. In the realm of artificial intelligence adaptation, device updates play a crucial role, yet a staggering 99% of 416 unique devices fail to retrain their models with new data. Instead, most updates focus on expanding functionality or modifying marketing claims, effectively introducing new devices rather than refining existing models. This oversight is particularly concerning for AI devices, which require periodic retraining on new data to ensure accuracy and reliability. Notable exceptions include Singo, CT Cascoring, AI RAD Companion, and Briefcase, which highlight the importance of retraining on larger databases or additional training data. These examples underscore the need for clear regulatory guidelines on model retraining, a novel challenge in the AI adaptation landscape. The lack of comprehensive regulations surrounding AI adaptation raises critical questions about the accountability and transparency of device updates. The significance of retraining AI models on new data cannot be overstated, as it directly impacts the performance and reliability of these devices. Without standardized guidelines, the industry risks perpetuating a culture of ambiguity, where device updates masquerade as model refinements. By acknowledging the regulatory void surrounding AI adaptation, we can work towards establishing a framework that ensures accountability, transparency, and continuous improvement in AI device development. The regulation of AI adaptation is a crucial topic, particularly when it comes to the impact of retraining on Site B on the performance of AI models trained on Site A. A case study across 3 clinical sites, SHC, BID, and NIH, evaluated the models before and after retraining on additional cases from Site B. The results indicate that retraining improves external site performance but degrades performance on the originally trained sites. This phenomenon was observed across all sites and models, with an average improvement of 0.075 AUC after retraining on Site B. This highlights the complexities in AI adaptation and the need for careful consideration in retraining strategies to maintain performance on the original site. The current regulatory framework for AI models, particularly in the medical field, restricts significant updates after initial approval. An analysis of 416 devices reveals that only 6 reported receiving retraining updates. The majority of updates focus on software or hardware changes, such as user interface improvements or hardware configurations, rather than model enhancements. The time between updates is relatively short, with a median of 17 months, highlighting the need for continuous adaptation. However, retraining, which is crucial for AI adaptation, is a rare occurrence due to development costs, regulatory hurdles, and economic factors. A case study on pneumothorax AI algorithms illustrates the trade-offs involved in retraining, showing both performance improvements and potential degradations across different settings. This emphasizes the complexity and challenges in achieving a single AI model that performs well across heterogeneous settings. The regulatory framework governing AI adaptation and maintenance is critically examined, focusing on the FDA's role in clearing medical devices. Currently, all FDA-cleared devices are categorized as medium risk, with the agency recognizing the high regulatory hurdles associated with model updating. To alleviate this burden, the FDA has proposed draft guidance allowing developers to include a predetermined change control plan (PCCP) with their device submission, enabling them to document subsequent model updates rather than requiring a new submission. However, even with these proposed changes, developers must still complete rigorous evaluation and documentation of algorithm changes, incurring significant time and costs. The authors argue that future guidance documents should consider the challenges in ensuring and evaluating fairness under fine-tuning and data shift. They propose that regulatory guidelines should move beyond a one-model-fits-all approach, allowing site-specific retraining and deployment. This would enable developers to optimize model performance for each intended population without incurring performance trade-offs. The authors also highlight the importance of considering various design decisions that affect how an AI model is retrained, such as layer freezing, hyperparameter tuning, and validation processes. They emphasize the need for regulators to require more detailed reporting on the data used in training and retraining, as well as the fine-tuning schemes employed. Finally, the authors acknowledge the limitations of their study, including the limited details reported in FDA clearances, and suggest that regulators should require more transparency in reporting model updates to enable informed decision-making by consumers and users. The regulation of AI adaptation in medical devices is a critical aspect that needs to be addressed as the field continues to evolve. Ensuring transparency and accessibility of information about the data used for model development and updates is essential. This includes patient demographics, hospital locations, disease subtypes, and healthcare settings, which significantly influence model performance. The European Union is developing guidelines for regulating medical AI, offering insights into how to appropriately foster AI innovation. A framework for artificial intelligence in healthcare has been proposed, highlighting the need for a structured approach to ensure fair compensation for AI-driven services. The FDA has outlined recommendations for AI/ML-enabled medical devices and good machine learning practices for device development. Issues related to bias and equity in hiring algorithms have been raised, emphasizing the importance of fairness and transparency in AI systems. The classification of medical devices using product codes is another area that requires careful consideration to ensure appropriate regulation and oversight. The regulatory framework for artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML, in medical devices, particularly software as a medical device, SAMD, is a crucial topic discussed by the authors. They emphasize the need for a system view to regulate AI, ML BASED-SAMD, referencing various studies and guidelines from organizations such as the FDA. The paper also highlights the importance of addressing bias in AI, ML BASED finance and the need for responsible innovation. Additionally, it discusses the approval of AI, ML BASED medical devices in the USA and Europe, comparing the regulatory frameworks between the two regions. Deep learning architectures, particularly in computer vision, have significantly influenced fairness in AI systems. The regulation of AI adaptation is a complex issue that requires careful consideration of various factors. In computer vision, deep learning models are designed to learn from large datasets and make predictions based on patterns they identify. These models can be highly accurate but also carry risks such as bias and unfairness. For instance, if a model is trained on a dataset that contains demographic imbalances or historical prejudices, it may replicate these biases in its predictions. To address these concerns, researchers and policymakers are exploring different approaches to regulate AI adaptation. One key strategy involves ensuring that AI systems are transparent and accountable. This can be achieved through techniques such as model interpretability, which allows developers and users to understand how the model makes decisions. Another critical aspect of regulating AI adaptation is data privacy and security. As AI systems rely heavily on data to learn and improve, protecting this data from unauthorized access or misuse is essential. This can be achieved through encryption, anonymization, and strict access controls. Furthermore, fairness in AI systems is a pressing concern. Fairness can be defined as the absence of bias or discrimination in AI decisions. Ensuring fairness requires careful consideration of the data used to train AI models, as well as ongoing monitoring and evaluation of model performance. Finally, the ethical implications of AI adaptation must not be overlooked. As AI systems become more integrated into society, they will have profound impacts on individuals and communities. Therefore, it is crucial to develop ethical guidelines and standards for AI development and deployment. In conclusion, regulating AI adaptation is a multifaceted challenge that requires careful consideration of various factors. By ensuring transparency, accountability, data privacy, fairness, and ethical development, we can harness the potential of AI while minimizing its risks. The authors of the research paper reference two significant studies that have contributed to the understanding of quantum entanglement and its implications for quantum computing. The first study, conducted by Bell in 1964, demonstrated the concept of quantum non-locality through the Bell inequality, which showed that no local hidden variable theory can reproduce all of the predictions of quantum mechanics. This finding has profound implications for quantum computing, as it suggests that quantum information cannot be represented by local variables and must instead be encoded in non-local correlations between qubits. The second study, performed by EPR in 1935, proposed the thought experiment known as the EPR paradox, which challenged the completeness of quantum mechanics. This paradox led to the development of quantum entanglement theory, which describes the phenomenon where pairs or groups of particles are generated, interact, or share spatial proximity in ways such that the quantum state of each particle cannot be described independently even when the particles are separated by a large distance. These studies form the foundation for understanding quantum entanglement, a key resource in quantum computing that enables quantum teleportation, superdense coding, and other quantum algorithms. The authors of the paper build upon these foundational studies to explore new methods for generating and manipulating entangled states, with potential applications in quantum cryptography and quantum information processing.